Hello, I'm here this afternoon with Robert Murphy Smith.
Oh, well,
doing an interview about Bramber Castle, which took place on the 18th of October 2020. Hello, babes, how are you?
I'm alright, babe, how are you?
Good, good, good. So, what did you see or hear in the investigation?
What did I see or hear? Blimey. Well, we heard some strange noises when we first got there, when we was doing the run through of the before we started the investigations.
Yeah, that's right.
We've done a bit of filming, and while we was up at the top on the wall, we could hear something from down below.
Oh yeah,
And which was quite interesting, and we heard it a few times. And also when Lisa said knock, 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 and then it knocked back as well. And also when we was in the church, we was asking out on the EVP sessions, and we asked if there's anybody here with us. When we played it back, we heard a distinctive yes.
Yeah.
Which that was quite interesting. Yeah.
That was amazing. Like,
yeah, it took us by surprise. I think we pretty much screamed like with excitement.
I know I definitely did.
Yeah, I think I scared them away.
So, what do you do within the investigation?
I am the team leader, basically. I'm the director, founder. I search for locations for us to investigate. I look into all the details, contact the proprietors of any properties, asking them if we can do investigations. I also take part in investigations while we're out and about on the field. Yeah, I do quite a bit of stuff. I just take part in everything. Yeah, pretty much.
Put your fingers all in the pie. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Every finger in every pie.
Yeah, no. So, how did you feel about the Ouija board?
The Ouija board was quite interesting actually, because we didn't get anything for a while, and then suddenly the whole pointer, we was literally just slightly touching it, and the pointer just raised up like that. Yeah. Completely off the Ouija board, like something was pushing it up from underneath. Yeah. Almost like a portal or something. It was really strange, because I've never seen that happen before. I've never heard of it. So when the pointer actually literally tilted up like that, that was quite chilling. And it's scary because you can't take your fingers off either, so it's like, and you want to pull away, but you can't.
And also, if my memory serves me right, it was as we were just about to say goodbye as well.
Yeah,
so,
it was, yeah.
As we were saying goodbye, it was as though they were like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, definitely feel that same. So, what was your main highlights of the investigation?
Probably when something touched me. And I was literally, I leapt forward so fast. I asked if there was any spirits here, if anyone would like to make contact or touch me, and then literally, bam! I just felt a poke in the back, and I just jumped and just shouted and screamed, and it's very unexpected, you see. So when something like that happens, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to react. You don't know. It just happens suddenly. It's just and it just when it makes you jump, you just jump literally from one end of the room to the other. Yeah. But yeah, it's quite interesting, and I like it when things like that happen, to be honest.
You like to be surprised?
Yes, certainly do, yeah.
So,
especially at Christmas time.
So, do you feel if you could change anything within what happened that evening, or within the team or anything like that?
I think that we could have thought more about where we were going to put equipment, because it was difficult because there was another group that turned up, so it was a bit difficult for us to decide where everything's going to go straight away. Yeah. But maybe beforehand we should have sat and thought about where we're going to put the equipment, so we know what spots and which route we're going to take and who's going where. But it was all sort of like last minute, because we had to wait for another group to leave, so it was a bit difficult. But I think that's probably one of the things that could be improved, is just to make sure that we know where we're putting things and what we're doing, basically. Yeah, okay.
And what about the team itself? The team that we have, how do you feel about?
Oh, I love all of my team. Dave's a brilliant cameraman, always eager to learn something new, listens to me and takes on board any information I give him. Lisa's my sidekick. She's been with me since day dot, and since the very first day we started, just over 10 years ago. And Richard, he just plods around and sets up cameras, does all the batteries, and
he's a handyman.
Yeah, he does all the background work. So we all work and mould well together. So yeah, I enjoy what we've got, our little team.
That's good. And also it's worth the fact that we're friends out of it as well.
Yes,
so.
exactly. Yeah, we've been lifelong friends. So.
I've known you now, what, 22 years?
Yeah, 22 years.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to put in with in this interview?
No, I just think that it's well done to all the team for all the effort that they've done and all the effort that they've put in and all the effort that they've done over the last 10 years as well. They've done so much for us to be able to do this and to make this possible. And that's about it, really.
Oh, and we thank you as well for this all as well.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
So the interview with Lisa Walker regarding the Bramber Castle investigation on the 18th of October. 1 second.
Yes. I was going to say, where am I looking?
So, firstly, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Good. So what did you see or hear at the investigation that you did at Bramber Castle?
I came across, I don't even know where to start. We came across that's cut, by the way, cut that bit out. Yeah. Well, me and you found a voice that said hello to us when we were asking about whether there was anyone here.
Oh yeah.
When we were sitting at the church.
Yeah.
Also, we realised that we were standing on some drawings that we didn't even know, and there was something behind me that made me want to go back. And you were standing on arrows and stuff like that, and there was a drawing of this like lion and three. I think there was a lady and 2 kids.
Oh right, yeah.
Amazing.
Which is strange because the castle was actually haunted by a lady and 3 children.
It is. Yes, so it corresponds, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that's very strange that we were stood on that when we heard the voices.
And the fact that no one had a clue.
Yeah.
We were standing on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's very strange, isn't it? So, what was you doing on the investigation? What was your responsibilities?
My responsibilities was to try and find as much as I possibly can out.
Yeah.
If there was anything out there, being left on my own, when I felt like I was being possessed on the top of the hill in the middle, when it was freezing cold and we were all trying to find like a cold spot.
Yeah.
And when I found it, I couldn't move.
Oh wow.
Freezing cold I was.
Yeah.
I was the only one out of all 4 of us whose air was ice cold. We were breathing, literally when I was breathing out it was,
Oh
could
yeah.
clearly see it.
Yeah.
See it. So.
And it was quite a humid night as well.
Yeah. So that was unexplainable.
And how do you feel about doing the Ouija boards?
Confident.
Yeah. That's your go-to area.
Yeah, that is totally. I find doing that is that if you can't get what you want without it, then when you're doing it, you should be able to get your answers. And it connected with the name Bella that I got when I was sitting behind the wall.
Oh, right.
On the east side.
Northwest
side. It was on the northwest side.
Yeah.
And literally, I got that name. I got Connor. I got Noah. I got Mary. I got all these different names, and I got Servant. I also got Fire and Orange. I mean, it came up with Fire and Orange really quickly, which got my attention because shouldn't be doing this, kids. Don't do it. But when I lit up a cigarette, Orange, Fire.
Oh yeah, that's.
But the minute I put it out, it came up with can't do that.
Oh wow, that's strange, isn't it?
And that's all on the footage as well of what when I was there on my own, and it comes up with you can't do that.
Oh wow, that's amazing, that is, isn't it? That's a good bit of evidence you got there. What was your main highlight of the investigation? My
main highlight, oh God, can I say all of it? My main highlight.
The bit that sticks out the most to you.
It has got to be when I was on my own.
Yeah.
It has to be that. And when we were doing it on the top, when I froze, I can't explain that. If there's no, literally every single place we went, we done the whole breathing thing, and all yours there was nothing.
Yeah.
Mine it was
just cold.
It was like pure ice cold. But what was the main bit? What I was more intrigued the most was the tunnel that was underground.
Oh right, yeah.
There's a tunnel that was underground, like an escape route, what they had, which leads out beyond the road on the other side of the roundabout.
Right.
And the other one's right at the other end on the east side of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, that's amazing. It's got to be another bit that I want to go down to.
Oh, wow. So if you had to do the investigation again, would you change anything? Is there anything you feel that could have been done differently?
No, I wouldn't change a thing. The only thing that I maybe is us all knowing exactly at the same point of what to do. Apart from that, I think that me, you, Rich and Dave work brilliantly as a team. An absolute pleasure to work with you all.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's good to hear. And finally is... I've forgotten the question.
Just a rabbited on.
Oh yeah, that's the one. It's when you're sitting on your own, do you feel comfortable being alone? Like if you was locked in a basement, things like that. Do you feel comfortable doing all that?
Yeah, I do. I put myself up 9 times out of 10 of doing it.
Yeah.
I've done a lot on my own. I've sat in a cell on my own. I've sat in a basement on my own. Now sat behind a bit of ruin at Bramber Castle, what you said to be one of the haunted bits.
Yeah.
I feel like I get a lot out as well, and we do get a lot of evidence. Orbs, sounds, unexplained sounds, unexplained seeings. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing field to know that I could potentially help the living, maybe the dead.
Yeah.
But I'm here to find the truth, and nothing but the truth.
So help you God.
So help you God.
Alright, I think that's all the questions I have for the interview.
Cool.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Lisa, for joining us today.
Bye. Hi, I'm here doing an interview with David Walsh about Bramber Castle on the 18th of October 2020. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Completely balls that one, hey? So, how did you feel about the evening?
It was a very interesting evening. It started off slow and it was a bit quiet overall, but there were a few interesting things that happened and a few strange noises.
Yeah. So, did you feel or sense anything during the investigation?
There's a few things. There's a couple of noises on the outside of around the parapet walls, but they could be animals or something else. And there's another one where you could hear a load of peacocks, pheasants going off. And then of course on top of the mound, where the patches got really, really cold, and there's a couple of strange noises there that I couldn't explain.
Yeah, where I froze.
That's right, yes.
Yeah. So, what was you doing within the investigation?
I was a cameraman, so I was following you or Lisa around, just filming everything that's going on. I hoping to catch anything that happened, or any strange noises, or any other strange events.
And did you feel anything towards you while you were filming?
No, not personally, myself. So I have been there before, and Rich has taken photographs of me, and there's been a blue orb hovering around my left shoulder.
Oh wow.
And there's a couple of photographs of them.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know if
brilliant.
anything caught on that note.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely brilliant. So, how did you feel the Ouija session went?
I thought it was a bit quiet, nothing really happened. I've been on other investigations where things have happened, but this particular one I didn't sense much at all, or see much at all.
And there was the tipping of the boards.
Yes, that might have been, but the angle, because I was looking down from above, looking down with the camera, and also the tipping of the angle, I was like, I couldn't see it.
Oh, that's a shame. That would have been brilliant.
Yes, it was.
people to
Maybe
see.
next time we should have a camera lower down as well.
At all angles. Yeah,
Yes,
that'd
yes.
be brilliant. Yeah. So, what what was your main highlight of your investigation?
My main highlight was on top of the mound, where there's some really cold patches, and there's some other strange noises that I couldn't explain. The other ones could say, oh, they could be animals or owls or whatever. And
So
this one I couldn't.
For you, the mound was the best
Yes,
place.
yeah.
So if you could do change anything within the investigation, what would you change?
On the top of my head, I can't think of anything we'd change. Maybe on that one, because there was allegedly a couple of young kids that have been going around to seeing the public when the public have been there asking for food. So maybe we should have had a little stall out with some food, a couple of games, and just left a camera on that.
Okay. So that sounds absolutely brilliant, actually, for ideas within the next.
Yeah, I think you can always expand on ideas.
Yeah, definitely. So within the team, individually, how do you feel about them?
I won't say individually, but I think they all work well together, and it's good to build a team up together, because you want to also know them a bit personally off investigations, so you can get to know them and help understand what they'd be like on certain circumstances, unforeseen circumstances that you can't see at the moment.
Yeah.
So once you get to know them personally, you like to know how they react and why they're reacting like that as well.
So do you think the team that we have is good?
Well, I think it is, because it's one of the things we have in unique, the LGBT group. And as far as I know, there's one in Scotland, I believe. Apart from that, we're the only one only two of us in the whole of the UK. So there's one in England and one in Scotland.
Brilliant. And that's very proud to be.
Well, it's not just that. I think a lot of people that identify as LGBTQ plus might feel a bit off-putting. But if they hear about our group, we've got nothing to worry about. You know, straight away they'll be acceptable.
Yeah. No, that's really good to say. Well done for that, Dave. Well done for that. Is there anything that you would like to add for this interview?
No, I think we've covered most of it.
No.
All the time.
Okay, well I think that's all I can do for this interview. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.